This is the Weather Extreme video for Saturday, May the 15th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and it looks like we're going to see some increasing chance for showers. Let's take a look around the state of Alabama this morning. How about the battleship Alabama down at Mobile Bay? And we see a few, looks like high cirrus clouds in the sky over there. We can see a few high cirrus clouds as we look off from the Clanton sky cam. And then one more shot as the lights are beginning to wink out over Birmingham, and we see some clouds also. Looks like we're going to be waking up to a partly cloudy sky for the most part. We have a surface front that's been lingering just to our north for the last several days, and to our north and to our west, and it looks like we're going to see a bit of little surface lows wiggle along that front, and as they do, the front's probably going to settle in a little bit closer to us, but it looks like probably the better chance for rain is actually going to come on Sunday, and I'll talk a little more about that in just a moment. In the upper atmosphere, the main closed upper low is out over the southern Rockies, but of course the low and some short waves extend back into Texas and head for the southeast, but that ridge has been holding pretty strong. We can see the front this morning, pretty much the contrast in temperatures with 60s and 70s across much of the southeast, but then by the time you get up into the eastern Great Lakes, we're down into the 30s. The western Great Lakes. So you can see that the front lies right in that area. Across central Alabama, temperatures this morning range from about 64 or so at Gadsden down to about 70 at Birmingham. So it's a very warm morning across here. We do see on radar some showers off to our west and to the northwest of central Alabama, out in Texas and Arkansas, and that's where the main focus is going to be. Today, at least right now this morning, we don't have any watches in effect, but we'll look at what SPC has to say in just a moment. But flash flood watches in effect for a lot of Arkansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and a number of counties in Texas. QPF-wise, the hydrometeorological prediction folks looking on the order of about a half inch across central Alabama, but you can see the focus still remains along that stalled boundary, at least for today and tomorrow, although that boundary is probably going to settle in here tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center is outlooking an area for slight risk in Texas, as well as Arkansas and northern Louisiana, but you can see thunderstorms possible along that entire boundary, as well as a small area of slight risk up in the mid-Atlantic states. For day 2, this is for Sunday into early Monday, slight risk still in Texas, southern Texas, and then in the Rio Grande Valley, and then up into Tennessee, Kentucky, parts of Mississippi, and Arkansas. Now, before we get to the GFS, I wanted to take a quick look at the sounding from last night, and here's why we didn't see much in the way of showers around yesterday. We do have a bit of a cap just below 700 millibars, and that inversion is helping to keep things in control. Without the morning sounding, it's hard to say how much that's changed, but if that cap is still in place on the morning sounding, then we're probably not going to see a lot of showers, and I think probably it would be fairly isolated today. Here's the GFS 06Z morning run. And this is the surface map for today. And once again, the main focus along the frontal boundary that is just to our north and to our west. By Sunday, we see that the little short wave is becoming a little bit stronger and it's beginning to dampen down that ridge. And as it does, we're going to see just widespread showers as the atmosphere modifies a little bit. Still, the focus of the showers will be along the stationary front, but we'll see showers probably a little more widespread, and I think I would probably call for the likely possibility. The little short wave comes through Illinois and extends down along the Mississippi River, and as that does, of course, we're going to see out ahead of it a good number of showers, but mostly scattered on Monday as the precipitation begins to kind of die out for us. By Tuesday, the little short wave has kind of passed us by. We're developing a ridge to the west and another fairly strong short wave trough over the west coast or just inside the west coast, and that should eliminate or end the chance for showers for us on Tuesday. By Wednesday, we're still dealing with that little bit of short wave, but again, the main trough is just by us. We're under a weak ridge, but that closed low to our west is inching closer. And, of course, that means the main focus should be back out in Texas and Oklahoma while we stay pretty dry. Thursday, the pattern just is not changing much. Everything seems to be almost in just, semi-state of not moving at all, and we stay dry for Thursday. Finally, the ridge begins to build up. The little trough that's been along the East Coast moves out into the Atlantic, and that little closed low over the southern Rockies comes out as an open wave. And as it does, we see the showers primarily in Arkansas, Louisiana, but they do inch a little bit closer. And a little bit of a disturbance or a little piece of that energy comes by on Saturday, and I think that will be probably our next reasonably good shot after Sunday and Monday at having any significant precipitation. And finally, out in Voodoo, it looks like the pattern stays somewhat active, not nearly as active as we saw back in the spring and late winter, but we do have a nice trough moving through the eastern half of the country, and that brings a front down through, and that could mean, at least for the end of May, some cooler temperatures. And I don't know about you, but I'm all for cooler temperatures when the summer and the late spring get here. Well, I appreciate you tuning into the Weather Xtreme video this morning. Expect to have the next one posted Sunday morning by about 7:30 or so. In the meantime, hope that you have a great Saturday, and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.